Hey friends, it's Rylie. I'm a former gymnast and current cheerleader. If you want to take your cartwheel from this, or even this,
You suck!
to one that looks good and follows proper technique, follow along with this tutorial. But first, I'm super passionate about this, so I wanted to remind you that Jesus Christ, the creator of this universe, wants a personal relationship with you. So reach out, start praying, and you'll see how much he can do in your life. Thanks for being willing to listen. Now let's get into it. A proper cartwheel never starts with your chest forward in this starfish shape, but instead what is called a lunge. If you don't know which foot goes in front for your cartwheel, try this method. Jump up and spin around. If you spun with your left shoulder over or clockwise, you'll likely be more comfortable on your right foot. And vice versa, if you spun with your right shoulder over, you're likely a lefty. Now back to the lunge. Place your preferred, aka good foot in front of you with a slightly bent knee. Keep your back leg straight. With fully locked out arms, bring them up to cover your ears. Your hips and shoulders should not look twisted or uneven, but instead be square. Think like you could draw a box using your hips and shoulders as the corners. After lunge, the next step in a cartwheel is to lever forward. So, to build good fundamentals, practice this lever on its own. Notice how in my lunge, my fingertips all the way down to my back foot makes a straight line. At the same pace that your upper body is leaning forward, your back leg should be tilting up like what happens in a seesaw. Slowly come back up to finish in a lunge. We went over lunge, then lever, so the next step is how to place your hands. For simplicity, think of this as the front. Face the side in your lunge so that your front leg is closest to the back wall. If your right foot is forward, your right hand will be the first to be placed down. Lean over and reach your hands towards the ground. Turn your fingertips to point to the back wall and then place it on the ground in line with your foot. Do the same with the second hand, placed shoulder width apart. Finally, jump your legs around to land facing the opposite direction you started. I like to call this a baby cartwheel. Practicing this a couple times will give you an understanding of the basic movement of this skill. Now, let's turn this into a real cartwheel by learning how to kick our legs over. It's crucial for a good cartwheel to hit this upside-down starfish shape. This part is technically a handstand, so go check out that tutorial if you haven't yet. The way to hit this straight handstand in your cartwheel is to think like you are cartwheeling between two walls. So naturally, find a large blank wall. Imagine for this exercise, the wall is now the front. Turn to the side and stand only a couple inches away from the wall, then lunge. Lean forward and start to lever. Actively reaching forward, place your hands on the ground with fingertips pointing to the back, which will naturally turn your body to face the wall. It's important to note that power comes from kicking this first leg up and pushing off your base leg. To finish, swing your front leg down to your hand, push off your hands, and land in a lunge. Now try this. Speed this up and walk your toes along the wall in the starfish shape. Repeat trying to touch the wall less and less each time until you don't need to touch at all, which should result in a cartwheel. Although less effective in my opinion, if you're too nervous to try that method or you just want more practice, you can also do this same process with your back against the wall. Just make sure your butt doesn't touch the wall, only your feet, and if you miss the wall like that, you know your feet are too far in front of you. When you can cartwheel straight against the wall from both directions with your back facing and also your stomach, you should have a straight up and down cartwheel. I hope this video was useful in helping you learn a cartwheel, and stay tuned for more videos to come. Please like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.